Mic is not on. There we go. All right, let me get the light on. And then we're going to start today. I'm going to show you guys how to do a newsletter and set up a newsletter and embed it on your website. So hopefully it should be pretty quick. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this using ConvertKit. Squarespace is integrated and has an integration with MailChimp, which is fine. Like if you want to use MailChimp, that's fine. I personally used MailChimp for a long time and switched away from MailChimp to ConvertKit because ConvertKit has more features for like as you grow. And like it was more intuitive for me. It had like more automation features, like not that MailChimp has email autoresponders, but ConvertKit could integrate with like my Squarespace shop. So then if somebody bought something from my Squarespace shop, it could send them an email auto response with that thing in it. It could it has the option to have like even products, like you can have landing pages for certain products and then get paid through that and then have those people be on a certain list. It just had a lot more features like to grow with, and I found it to be a lot more intuitive than MailChimp. So I like ConvertKit and use ConvertKit. MailChimp, I think I liked it initially, and then it became messy over time, and then it didn't offer a lot of the features that I was wanting to be able to offer. Like ConvertKit has the option for like, let's say you have like a newsletter free opt-in, like a guided meditation that they get for free. You can create a landing page for that and an email that sends them that for free. And then you can tag them with that, like they got that freebie. And then like later down the line, you have another freebie and they could sign up for that and then get a different tag and then be able to receive that. So then you could keep track of like who opted in versus for what thing. And I know that it sounds like a lot maybe right now, but trust me, it's really valuable to be able to have like all your contacts are in one spot, but then you have them each tagged with different things depending on like how they've interacted with you. So you don't just have like one list, like MailChimp has like one big list. ConvertKit has like your subscribers, and then all your subscribers are organized by tag. So if I had a subscriber who got this free thing, was in this class, bought this thing, was on the newsletter, was subscribed to blogs, they would have all those different tags, and then you could send emails based on what the person like was tagged as. So I can send emails in ConvertKit to all the people who are in my shamanic healing class based on what tag that they have attached to them. So that's ConvertKit and why I really like it. So we're going to start there and creating an account with ConvertKit. Now it is free. I'm going to start sharing screen so that we can see. Okay. So we can go through this, get out of Zoom here. So it is free for the first 1,000 subscribers, but some features are not available initially. So, but you won't need them right away. The features that aren't free, like later down the line, you probably will, but in the beginning, you can work. I'm just going to show you how to do it using the free features. So if you go to intuitiveincome.co, it'll take you to this resource page, and then right on that resource page is ConvertKit, or you can just go to intuitiveincome.co/ConvertKit. Excuse me. So I'm going to log in later, but I'll show you how to sign up for free. So you're just going to go to sign up for free. So I already have an account. I actually have 2 accounts. So you're going to sign up for free here, and then it'll take you through the sign up process, which I think it asks you like, what type of business do you have? Get your like username and account name ready. And no, I'm just saying, you can say if you're moving from another tool, like let's say you use MailChimp, you can import your subscribers here or not. You can just say no. Do you have a website? Yes. Which platform? Squarespace. Who are you as a creator? It doesn't really matter because what we do doesn't fit here. So you can just pick blogger. Continue. And then you're going to create your login details. I already have a login details, so that's why it's auto-populating my stuff here. So I'm going to actually go back and log in. Let's see. And then I can show you guys what to do. And while I log in, you guys can create an account. So I have 2 accounts. I'm going to log in on the demo account I created just because I want to show you how to do it like in the free account, and I don't have the free account. My other one is the paid account. So we're going to go to Intuitive Income. See if it will let me log in there. There we go. So this is the free account, and it has like, so there is a lot of, there are a lot of tutorials for ConvertKit and how to do stuff. So I recommend that you go through and like read and watch all these tutorials that ConvertKit has. Like there's a lot. Just go through those steps of setting up your account. I'm not going to do that today. Obviously, I'm not going to watch the videos with you, but I recommend doing that just so that you get the most out of using it. Another thing I like about ConvertKit is they have so many blogs and trainings and webinars and teachings where like, if you want to know how to do anything with ConvertKit, you can just like Google it, and they have so much like support and resources. It's really nice. And they also have a good affiliate program. So if you're later down the line, like if you want to like add a ConvertKit or recommend ConvertKit to other people who are like building businesses or websites, they pay you 30% of people who subscribe their monthly, like every month for the like it's monthly recurring affiliate commissions. So it's nice. It's a nice feature. And then they also have like, I just really love them. I switched from MailChimp and I just love ConvertKit. I love everything about it. I love what it can do. I love how easy it is. I'm just in love. So what you're going to do is you're going to be here, and it's going to show you on your subscribers page. Obviously we don't have any subscribers yet because we just created this list. And here it's going to have, on the side here is where you'll see segments. Segments is like groups of subscribers. So a tag is how you organize your subscribers list. A tag would be like, I'm going to create a tag and it's going to be like newsletter opt-in. And then I would tag people who opted in on one of my forms with that tag. And then anytime I wanted to send a broadcast is what they call, that's what they call an email. So when you want to send an email to your subscribers, they call it a broadcast. So anytime I'd want to send a broadcast, I could then, to my newsletter, I would then send it to the people who were under the newsletter opt-in tag. Now, a segment is like, let's say for me, for example, the teach shamanic healing class I teach. So I have people who take shamanic healing 1, 2, and 3, and I would have tags for each of those. But then I could create a segment that was like shamanic healing students, and it would include all the students who were in every shamanic healing class. Does that make sense? So the segment is like a bigger group, like a folder of people in a specific tag. So if I wanted to like say, I'm going to make tags for everyone who's in my classes, each specific class, and then I want to have a bigger segment of all the people who've taken my classes, then I would create a segment and it would include all the tags of people who were in my classes. Okay. So we just created the newsletter opt-in tag. That'll be for later. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to create a landing page or slash form. So ConvertKit has the option for you to create a form or a landing page. They're just both different ways for you to collect information, collect people's names and emails. A landing page is essentially like a mini website that collects people's information like in a bigger, like it takes up a full web page. A form is just like the form that's at the bottom of, I'll show you one on my website here. The form is just like what's at the bottom of a website. So if I scroll down here to the bottom of my website, this is a form. Okay. And then I don't think that I have a like a page or anything yet. No, this is another form. I don't have one on this website to show you. I think I might have one over here. Let's see. Maybe not. I know I have one, but it's just not not over here. They're easy to I can't show it to you right now. Here's one that I know that exists. So like here's an example of a landing page um it on ConvertKit. So you can have like your link in bio on Instagram or something be this landing page, and um here you have different buttons that they can click on, and then right here would be where they would subscribe to their list. They'd click on that and it would show them a pop-up. So that's a landing page versus a form. But we're just going to create a form right now because we're going to just embed a form on your website. A landing page would be like if you want to sell like or get people to subscribe to your list, if you have like a free giveaway, if you want to market or talk about like a wait list that you have. There's like so many different reasons. If you want to create a link in bio and have people be subscribing to your list, you can create a landing page that way. And I would recommend watching these videos too. So we're just going to create an easy form for your website. Okay, and so then how do you want your form to look? Like, where do you want it to be on your website? Do you want it to be a pop-up box? Do you want it to be across the bar at the top? Or do you want it to be like in line with the text? I don't recommend this kind, the modal, which is basically a pop-up when somebody comes to your website. And the reason I don't is because Google and like search engines don't like this. And they like, because it's obnoxious, to be honest. Um, like, so they don't like this because it annoys people. So I just wouldn't recommend choosing this one. I kind of like the bar at the top or the inline one. The inline one is just like what I showed you before. Like you could just put it in with any kind of text that you have on your website. And so that's going to be the one that we're going to be creating. Inline just means like it can go in the middle of text. And we're going to be putting it in the footer of your website. So that's what we'll start creating. And so in the meantime, we're going to go to your website, go to Squarespace and log in. And we're going to be putting this form like at the footer of your website. And then you can put it any other place, like at other times. You can make other forms. You can like have different forms everywhere. You can have them look different ways. See, here are the different options of like how your form can even look. And then you can edit each one of these with different images or however you want it to look, honestly. Like you can have it look any way you please. So you're just going to choose one. And we're going to go back to our website here. And this was our home page earlier. And I made some edits to the home page from last time. And I just wanted to show you really quickly. So I just updated these pictures to be, you know, um, images from Unsplash, like what is it? I can't even think of the word. Royalty-free images from Unsplash. And then I just had it linked to the main pages that we had created so far. So about me, contact and services. Um, and then you can edit these buttons to be links to those pages as well. Okay, so here's our newsletter box that we have here. And so we're actually going to delete that newsletter box, this one, because this is Squarespace's newsletter box, and the only way is that you can integrate it is with their like Squarespace email campaigns. There's other services, but really it's just MailChimp and Zapier. And so you can use Zapier, and what you could do is Zapier is a system that connects like two services. So you could have this connect to Zapier, and then Zapier would send that information to ConvertKit, but that's like a whole other step of technicality. And so we're going to do something a little bit different. And so Squarespace's email campaigns isn't free, and MailChimp, I don't know how much. I think they probably have a free account, but we're just going to delete this because we're not going to get rid of it. Move this black. And then so what you could do here is, let's see, you could add another code block, and the code is where we're going to put these forms. Okay, so let's create this simple one right here. This is the one that I use most often because it just looks the cleanest and nicest. So we're going to choose this one. And then we're going to put this into a couple different places. So here's our forms. Here is our form. You can have an email address and then the name. So I like to sometimes have the first name. So I'm just going to have this be the first name that they'll put there. So come over here. So I'll show you what I did. So I did this plus sign, and that adds an additional field. Okay. And then you edit what those additional fields are over here. Okay. So we have first name, email address, and then some other additional fields should you want to add it. I'm not going to add a third field. I just wanted to show you how to add more than just the email address. So we have our email address here. You can change the font color. You can change so much about this, the border radius, the font weight. The same thing with this box. So what I did was when I added this new field, actually, let me delete it and I'll show you guys what I did again, just to take it step by step. So go to the plus sign, go to add, and then here it'll say email address, and then here's the second box. And so obviously I want the first name first, so I'm going to take it and drag it to the front. And then you're going to come over here as custom field and have it be first name. Okay. And then we're going to leave that as is. And if you want to get rid of this logo, you have to upgrade to a paid account. But we can leave it for now. But I just wanted to show you how to remove that if you wanted to. And so now we're going to go ahead and change the color of this box. And we're going to do that in alignment with your website color. So we're going to come back here to your website. Get out of here. You're going to go to Style, Colors. And then here's your palette colors, okay? So we're gonna go to Edit, just so that we can see what these different color codes are. So these are the color codes. So choose which color you want your button to be on whatever, where you're gonna place it. I'm gonna make it be this color. And then you're gonna copy and paste this color code, okay? So copy that, bring it over here, and then add it over here. So there you change the button color to will be your website color. There you go. And then we are going to go to settings, and here's where you change like other aspects of the form. So when somebody subscribes, you would say success, check your email to confirm subscription. Then if you wanted to change the domain name of this form to be able to share it, you could do that. And then send email incentive. This is if you were going to be sending something like as a reward for subscribing. Like let's say you were going to send them like a free download or something. You could either put that download right here, or you could put it in the email contents that you send them. And so here's what the basic like content of that thank you email looks like. I'm going to change again the color of this button to be in alignment with my website colors. And you can edit that however much you want to. Let's see, how can I save it? There we go. And then URL, it's going to redirect to this confirm subscription page on ConvertKit, but I found this to be confusing. So one thing that you could do is, I'm going to go to save changes here, is create a thank you page just so that people know that they're subscribed. Because if it redirects them to a page on ConvertKit, it's a little bit weird. So what we can do here is we're going to create a not linked page because we don't want it on our navigation bar. So go here, go to page layout, and then let's see, something basic about. We'll choose this one. And then we'll have this be just thank you. And then we're going to change the URL to say thank you. I'm going to save that. Then we're going to edit this page. We're going to delete this. Thanks. That's really huge, so we're going to change that. Make it smaller. And there you go. Then that would be their subscription page. Boom. And then you can delete all this other stuff, or you can add additional stuff. So one thing that I used to do for my old website is on the thank you page, I would like direct them to other things. So I would, like maybe you had an affiliate link or something that you wanted to share. You could say, you could put that here. And, or you wanted to direct them to your Instagram or social media, like you could add your social media following. So go here. So we'll go to add page, add block, and then you're going to go to social links. And then your social links are right there. And then you can like increase the design if you want, style, change how you want them to look, regular, medium, large, and however you want them to look. But that's just, I would recommend using this page to direct them for something else. Like whether you want them to follow you on Instagram, whether you want them to go follow on YouTube or something, you can say thanks for subscribing and just give them confirmation that they've subscribed, and then direct them to like booking a session or following you on social media or some other action to take the next step to keep them engaged with you. So just go to save here. And so now we have this thank you page, and the URL is your website URL /thank you. So what we're going to do is come back over here to the form, and then you're going to go to put that URL in there, earthenergyhealings.co/thank you. So then they're taken to the thank you page after they sign up. Okay, and we can just go in and confirm that that exists. earthenergyhealings.co/thank you. It will exist when your site goes live because we haven't published yet, but there you go. So here's the URL. You can even just copy and paste it from here too. And then they're taken to that site after they subscribe. Save. And then we're ready to embed pretty much. You can preview it here if you want to. This is how it would look, exit preview. Then we're ready to embed it. And so what you're going to do is just take this code, copy the code, and then we're going to come back to your website and go to your homepage. And then remember this box where your email list was before, you're going to go ahead and add that code in there. So here's the code box that I made. Then you're going to paste it in there. And so here's the thing with the code is you have to have a business plan for Squarespace, but that's what I'd recommend anyway. Because there's going to be lots of times where you need code blocks. just recommending the business plan. So you're not going to be able to see it right now because it's not live yet and because we're not on the business plan. But I recommend upgrading to the business plan. And what will happen is this is going to be left justified. So we want to make that centered in this box. So we just use this code, this little, what I just did there. So you want to put your script in the middle of that. This is too much coding for you guys. But so what you want to do is we're going to delete this. I'll show you. So go to center. And then this is the code that you want to use if you want to center something. So I'm going to come back here and copy it again here, and then paste and then apply. So then your mailing list will be right here. in order to, yep, there you go. So it'll be right here. And once you subscribe and update or upgrade to the business plan, you'll be able to see that code block there. Now, there's, like I said, there's other ways to do an email list. You can do MailChimp integrated with Squarespace. You can do their Squarespace email program, but I personally really like ConvertKit, so that's what we're using. And so you'll have this on your homepage now. There's your little code button, and you can put something here that says like, keep in touch, or let's see, subscribe. I don't know, whatever you want to my list. Hello, some call to action here so that they want to join your list. And so what helps is to have what I call like an opt-in or like an incentive in order for them to subscribe, something that you're giving them. You don't have to right away, so I don't want to stress you out about this. So it can just be like, whatever you want it to be right away, until you have like some reason why they'd want to subscribe. Like maybe you are going to like have a blog and you're going to send them blog posts via email. So you could be like, join my list to receive blog posts via email. Or give them some reason to want to be on your list. So this is why when people, you join people's mailing lists, most of the time you get something in exchange for it, because that opt-in helps people convert and join onto your email list. So put some kind of call to action there. And then what else I'm going to do is we're going to add it to the footer of your website, the same block. So here's the footer, and then you can add the code again. So go to this code block, code there, and then go to apply. And I'll show you an example. So if we go to my list, my other website, I'll show you my other websites so I can show you kind of how these things look until we've activated this over here. So on Intuitive Income, I have that same block that I showed you guys. And what I did was join the Intuitive Income list to receive updates, blogs, new offerings via email, and be the first in the know. And then I changed the color, and then I actually changed the button text, which you can do. So you can come back in here and then change this button text to say, yes, please, or whatever you want it to. And then just make sure you click save, and then you don't have to paste the code or anything. It just dynamically updates this for you as soon as you update the form. Okay, so I have that same little box right here that I showed you guys. And then we're going to put that in the footer of your website as well. So there's the code that we just added. And then maybe you want to add a little call to action, just like I had. So you would add a text box, and then you just come over here and copy and paste my call to action here. And then you say join the Earth Energy Healings email list to receive updates, blogs, new offerings via email, and be the first in the know. So that's a simple call to action. And then we can take this, save that, and then come back up here. Let's see. See, look at that. That looks kind of nice, huh? So we're going to add another text with that call to action. And then you're going to center that and starting to look like a real website. And I encourage you guys to just kind of mess around with it and like till you get it to look like how you want it to look like, change the fonts, change how things are centered, Google like how you can do different things. If you like aren't sure, because Squarespace has so many tutorials as well, and so many ways to show you how to do certain things. So here's our homepage. Look at this. And you can add like, since if you don't want these lists like too close to each other, you can add like another content block beneath this. Like maybe you want to put your Instagram feed in here. Okay. Let's see, add a section. I don't want to add blank section, I think, maybe. We want to add a section. Let's see if they have the option to add like social media or something. Social, here we go. Let's see what that says. Ooh, look at this. Let's see what's here. Okay, so this is the Instagram. So then you could link your Instagram account here. Let's see if we can do it. The old version of Squarespace did not have this option. You had to like find out a workaround, and it was not easy. But here you go. You could have your Instagram account there. And then it will populate your Instagram, and you could have as many items as you like. There you go. So then you can have a list, and then you can have your social account here so that people can find you. We're going to delete this section. Boom. So this is email opt-in is in the footer. So this will be on every web page that you create because it's your entire footer of your website. So that email opt-in will be on every site. And then this will just be on the front, the main page here. And then of course you can change the background image here if you don't want it to be cloudy mountains. So we could go here to the pencil edit and then change our background again. So let's go to delete this, search for images. What kind of image do we want? Let's go to like trees or something. That looks nice. Let's see, and then you can go overlay opacity and see how that changes stuff. You can change the like darkness or the lightness of it depending on how your image looks. This is kind of hard to read now, so I might make it a little darker, or I might change the image. You can always change the image so that the text is easier to read, but I'm just going to leave it as is right now. There you go. And you got your Instagram, and then you got your list, and you got your about me. And so I'm obviously not going to teach you and show you guys how to write your about me. It does not, I will tell you that it does not have to be perfect. It just has to be like a little blurb about yourself, like, and you can always edit it. But just get something down on paper, and the contact page, again, just get something out there. And then next time we're going to talk about the services page. So in the meantime, I want you to think about some basic services that you might be able to offer or can already offer. It does not have to be extensive or intense. It could be a card reading. It could be, yeah, I don't know, a chakra healing or something, whatever you feel comfortable doing. So just think of like one service maybe that you could offer that you feel like, okay, I think I could do that. And it could be like a card reading, seriously. Um, the first couple of services that I offered were, what I did was I did an energy scan where I would like scan people's energy and then tell them what I was picking up and like what was going on there. And then I would do like a chakra healing where I'd go through their chakra system and like clear out energy and open and balance and align the chakras. And those were my two services that I offered initially. So just think of some basic services that you can offer, because next time we're going to be creating, here's what I created the other day. And you can like model this for if it's something that you want to create. I truly don't care. If you want to like copy this whole thing and reword it, like I truly do not care. Because I just want you to get your services page set up. Okay. So at the end of this, we're going to have a home, and about, a contact, and a services. As our main pages. And so on your home page, what you're going to do is create links for about me, contact, and services, because those will be the main pages of your website to begin with. And then later on, you can add a blog, you can add a shop, you can grow. But the goal of this whole class was to get you a basic website with an about, a home, contact, a mailing list, services, and then you'd be all set up to expand on from that. So today we did the mailing list and got you a mailing list for your website setup. Now, this mailing list, the ConvertKit, is free for the basic mailing list. And then, of course, you can upgrade for additional features later. And in order to embed the mailing list on Squarespace, you need a business Squarespace account, which I recommend anyway, because in order to do any of these things, like you need to pay the extra $5 a month for the business website with Squarespace. I think it's like the difference between a personal website and a business website is like $4 or something, not relatively negligible. All right, let me see here. Sorry, I couldn't see the chat while I was doing that. I'll go back and answer questions now. Yeah, so I don't use Flowdesk, but I've seen people do. I've just, the pop-ups. I took a coding boot camp at one point. So Angie, like I used to do coding. One of my lab jobs was like extensive coding work where I'd code video games essentially that we would do in the lab. And I did so much coding and fixing code that like this part of Squarespace came relatively naturally to me to be able to like change certain formatting. And it's really helpful skill because you're going to need to add code to different aspects of your Squarespace. Like if you ever want to get share buttons or something or use any type of external service, oftentimes you're going to need to embed code. No, so ConvertKit will consistently remind you how you can pay them. They're not going to cut you off. Like I think they would maybe, I don't know, because I have not gotten to that point, because what happened was I ended up needing, I transferred from MailChimp to ConvertKit. So I needed like the paid version right away. And I use a lot of the paid features now. So I never got to the point of having 100,000 subscribers and being cut off, but I think it would definitely send you an email or something like a warning, like you have 1,000 subscribers, you need to pay. But chances are, way before you get to 1,000 subscribers, you're going to want to use some of the paid features like automations and sending email sequences and being to automate some aspects of your business that are available on the paid features. So I think before you even get to 1,000, you'd probably want to upgrade anyway. But I imagine that when you do that, they would send you some like, hey, you're out of free subscribers, time to upgrade email, because they're just so intuitive. And so I just love them. I just love ConvertKit. I used to use MailChimp for years, and ConvertKit was like, it has just so easy. And I watched all the videos. So I recommend watching there's like a whole bunch of training videos on ConvertKit. And I think they have like an onboarding, like here's how to set up your account. They send you emails, like an onboarding series of emails too. I recommend you go through all of those also, because they're going to teach you how to use ConvertKit in those emails. And it's super helpful to know like how to use it. And yeah, let's see. How is it to change the formats of the pages? What do you mean? Like to change the templates or to change like where stuff is? Or
Yeah, to change the template. Like I did it and I'm like, I don't like it, but can you just like click a different template or you have to like copy and paste it?
well, so if you don't like it, then I would just go in and add it how you want to, or you can delete the page and create a new page if you're not too far into it. Let me go back to sharing screen. So you can't like say you already created this page, you can't then like choose another template for this page. But what you can do is model it and add sections so that it looks like a template that you want it to look like. And like basically a template is pre-built pages for you, but then you could then build the page to be how you want it to look. Does that make sense? So if you're like, so this like you can add sections. So here's like different sections that you can add. Headlines, list, gallery, images, quote, text, video, newsletter. So you can add individual sections on how you want it to look. Or if you're not too far into it, then what you can do is just create a new page. And so when I create a new page, what I like to do is, let's say I messed up on the thank you page and I didn't like it. I would go into here and I would first change the URL to be thank you one or something. And then I'd go in here and create a new page probably. If I was just started, this is what I would do. Like if it wasn't like too far in and it was easy enough for me to go back, go to page layouts, and then just change what we want our layout to look like. Let's see. And so now I have another page. And then what I do is I would change this to be the new thank you page. And then go ahead and change the URL to thank you, because you already changed the other URL. So you'll be able to take it over. And that's how you kind of switch URLs to the pages. And then you can edit this one again. So it could be like thank you old or something. If you want to keep it, otherwise just delete it. All right, did that not work? Nope, thank you old. There you go. So then this would be your new thank you page and this would be the old one. And then you could copy and paste content from this one to this one, and then have it be the new template. So there's those two ways. So you could either add sections to make it look the way you want it to look, or just create a new page with a new layout and then copy and paste the content over. All right. That's all for today, guys. So we did mailing lists, and then tomorrow or next time, we're going to be going in and creating your appointment booking and adding that to your site. And then we'll be like pretty much ready to go. So think about, if you haven't already, what potential services you could offer. And for appointment booking, you'll need a PayPal account in order to sync with that. So I imagine most of you have a PayPal account, like you need a PayPal account. The appointment booking also syncs with Square or Stripe, but like we talked about before, Stripe is not friendly to psychic services. So I do not use Stripe with my appointment booking software. I only use PayPal. So yeah, that'll be next time, but you're all set up. And then in the meantime, I would go in and like just, you know, work on your site, like change the pictures, change links, get to know it, get to like learn it, because over the years, your website is going to change a lot and you need to be able to know how to use it. And the best way to know how to use it is to mess it up and make mistakes and fumble around with it and just go through all the steps of like trying to edit it and trying to like figure out things out, that's going to be your best teacher. And so anything you don't know how to do, like just Google how to change blah 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 Squarespace 7.1. It's Squarespace 7.1. So anything that you're searching or looking up, make sure that you're specifying Squarespace 7.1, because there's previous versions of it, and a lot of the previous how-to help stuff is in relation to the previous versions of it. So looking how to do this with Squarespace 7.1. Same thing with ConvertKit, how to do this with ConvertKit with Squarespace. ConvertKit and Squarespace are two like really solid platforms that have extensive help knowledge and extensive like help information out there. So anything you don't know how to do, it's easy to Google it and find an answer like pretty quickly. All right. See you next time.